Hello, my name's Andy and welcome to the garage. Well, here's my next restoration. A Crescent Toys, number 10 underneath it. I believe it's based on a Jaguar SS100. Now, some of you who've been watching the channel for a very long time will know this is the first car I restored about 2 years ago. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to compare the two. My paint significantly improved, so I want to see how we're going to get on. So let's get this one on the bench, shall we? Well, here we are with our little Crescent toy. And to be honest, it's got steel wheels. I took them off last time because this wheel was broken here on the holder strut. I'm in two minds to just leave them on and put it in the caustic soda and then just hand paint the wheels after. That's a departure from what I did the first time. I think it could go in the caustic. The last one did, because there is a lot of grime on it and it will help move that grime. Here we are with our little Crescent Toys Jaguar, and I've decided I am taking the wheels off. I did do that with the first one I did. So it's a matter of picking the right side, and I think it's this one on here. And I've got quite a small grinding wheel. There we go. That's the first one off. Hopefully it'll pull through. It doesn't even want to do that, you see. Get a pair of pliers on it, see what we can do. No, I'm going to have to take a bit more off. I don't want to undo those clamps. That's what we can call them. There we go, that one's off. Let's see about this other one, which is the best side to proceed with. And the answer is there isn't really a best side. So we'll go with this one. Might be marginally better. We're done, and there we go. A lot simpler. Again, stuck at the suspension joint. If we're being technical, I suppose. Let's just take a bit more off. And we're through. Now, both axles are the same, pretty sure. Yep, that's good. We can get on and polish this now. Here we go. Right, not done too bad there. I think we'll change the wheel. Here we go. Right, we just need that little sharp brush to get into those corners now. Right, we can get one of those little abrasive wheels on there next. let's take a look. Well, for an old model it's not bad. A few scratches I'd say. What we've got for casting lines. I think just a gentle sanding around these wings. They're a bit bumpy. You can feel it, but you probably can't see it. And it doesn't look too bad at all, really. I'm tempted to just go around those wings like I just said, and put some primer on it and see how it turns out. Obviously, the wheels need doing as well. What I've been doing recently is pop that back on the axle. It ain't gonna fly anywhere. And there we have a before and after in just a few seconds. You gotta do the other side with this model. So I will do 4 of those. Well, I thought I'd show you this stage. I'm just cleaning it in a jar of standard thinners, celluloid thinners. When I first started, I used to use white spirit, but that is oil base, a good friend told me, and this is a lot better. Turn it over. And just give that a dry off, and we're ready for primer. Well, here we are back with our casting, and here's one I did 2 years ago. It's my first restoration. The paint's slightly not as good as this one. I don't know if you can see there. Yeah, you can see there then in the light. This is slightly better. These castings, I don't think, lend to really smooth paint. It seems no matter what you do, they won't go perfect. Now on this one, I just did the headlights, the grille, and the rear bumper, etc. And I've looked at quite a few. These were really those big headlights, and I'll put a caption picture up. You know, the big, humongous things. And they could have been chromed at the back, but I didn't do that. Similarly, this whole bonnet is chromed, and the roof line, the bonnet line there. So, and the back and the handle. There's no door handles on this model. And I thought about it. I thought I could have done runners there, but they'd have been very small, just black. And to get it right, I'd need 4 silver lines in that gap. And to be honest, it's 5mm there. That ain't going to happen. So I thought, you know, despite my inexperience the first time, that is the finish I'm going to go with again. The same detailing. Okay, we're back to detailing again, but this time we've got some Humbrol Met 191, and I'm hoping that, sure this is what I used last time, I'm sure it'll go on a bit better. I've got myself a decent brush. Now for once we're not looking for exact lines, because the model itself's not that detailed, so there were our headlights done. Now this is a pretty hardened paint model now. Been in that food dehydrator quite a while. Probably need 2 shades, 2 coats rather. The reason you're getting a simple one this week is I'm going on holiday, so I need to do a few relatively simple ones to build a bit of space so we still get a video every week. There we go. And I did do the bonnet emblem on the other one. So we're off to make them twins, if that isn't obvious by now. And that can dry off there. I've just got a piece of card there to rest it over. Look, keep the bumpers clear. Now what I've got here, the 4 wheels and the axles. So we've got those to do as well. There, that's the first wheel done. It's just run, the paint's run there. These little things are great. That happens. There we are, there's our first wheel done. Now, I'll do the rest off camera and get back to you later. Okay, there we have our 4 wheels done in the background and our car in the foreground. And we're just waiting for that paint to go off, see how it comes, might need a second coat. As you can see, we're ready to put the wheels back on our Jag. Now the issue is, these ends normally need crimping. I can tell you, I've already had a go with those, and they're pretty big, and it was practically impossible. And I remember doing it on the red one a while ago, 2 years ago. I found that nearly impossible, almost damaged all the paint. So what I'm going to do first, before I do this time, just clean out the axles. Got a hand drill here. Put the wheels on. And rest that down. And all I'm going to do is drop a bit of super glue on there, and it'll dry clear, and hopefully you won't see it. So I've got some old super glue that's sort of thickened up a bit, you might say. So let's have a go with that. We'll just put that on there. So here we go. Get a bit on there. Need a blob. We've got a blob. We can get a blob on that side, but we'll give it a minute or two to go off and see what happens. And at the same time, make sure our wheels are still turning. The other idea I had was just replace the axles with a softer metal that I've got. It would have crimped more easily. Wouldn't have been original, and any child in the future probably couldn't have played with it. As soon as put any weight on it, the axles would have collapsed. It's not going to slide the car on this, and as you can see, wheels do turn with the axles and they don't want to come off. So that's the best plan, I think. Bit of super glue. Well, this is what we started with. A heavily play one, no paint at all on it. Crescent toys, Jaguar. So let's see how we got on, shall we? Because here it is now. Well, here is our finished Jaguar. Now, I thought this was an SS100 with a hard top, but a sharp-eyed viewer, Dean Austin, thank you Dean, pointed out it was more likely to be a Mark IV. So I went back, did a bit of Googling, and indeed, this looks more like a Mark IV. And AI did suggest on my phone that the Crescent toy number 800 was a Mark IV Jaguar. So thank you for that, Dean. Now let's get talking more about the model. Produced by Crescent between 1947 and 49, which makes this model potentially 76, 78 years old. Now, Jaguar built the Mark IV between 1945 and 49. It was also known through its life as a 1.5 litre, a 2.5 litre, and a 3.5 litre, and they varied in top speed from 70 to 87 to 92 miles per hour. It was actually called the Mark IV in retrospect. It's a great looking car. The 3.5 litre, if you was doing 92 miles an hour in that, you'd certainly know about it. I've googled current costs, and you could actually get one today for between 50 and 100k. So not a cheap car today, and not a cheap car I bet when it was new. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. What I'm going to do now is stop it and put my first Jaguar restoration on so you can compare the two. Two restorations of this Crescent toy, 1/43 scale they are. In the end, I just went for the simple detailed finish. The model's not 100% accurate to the car, obviously. It's a very early model in the late 40s, but it's a good representation. So I didn't think there was much point in trying to go overboard, trying to detail what wasn't actually there. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next week with another restoration. I leave you with the Crescent Toys Jaguar Mark IV